Down to a 3-round start. No, he didn't. Didn't have to wait long. And of Brian, at least, once we saw him adapt a little bit to a string. Would be so great if you did that more often. If you just stopped a little bit and went, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Paid more attention, stopped autopiloting. Once you gain that awareness, you can improve more in 1 month than you've done the last 5 years. What's up, guys? MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. And it's that time of the year where I look at LTG footage and determine, is he good or not at Tekken? Hello, LTG, by the way, hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the Hwoarang matchups. I know, I love that matchup. The most fun way of doing this, in my opinion, is not just trying to shit on LTG as much as possible. I've only watched hate channel compilations before, and they only put the parts in where LTG gets bodied. So now I'll be able to see everything, right? And that's what I like, because then I can do an objective analysis. I can see the good parts as well. How good is he actually at Tekken? I believe LTG plays Fengwei and Victor. He's played Victor since the release of the game. In fact, I played against his Victor early on there. As you can see, both of these gentlemen are at Kishin. Kishin is a very, very common rank now. Kishin is part of blue ranks, which is Fujin, Raijin, Kishin, and even Bushin, I believe. Those 4 ranks. They are the most populated ranks at the moment. It's very intermediate gameplay. The players there are not great. But I believe he reached Tekken King on his Fengwei, and Tekken King is where a high-level Tekken sort of starts. So, keep that in mind. Power Crush attempt there. Nice step by the Dragunov into throw. LTG staying on the ground. I wonder what he said there. Did he say something? No duck there on the heat engager. Nice pressuring. Oh, Power Crush. Down for 1-1, down 1-1. Trade. Okay. Oh yeah, Power Crush, Glock. Okay. Yeah, no, they do like that Power Crush Victor players. Maybe they don't spam it quite as much though. Down 1-1, down 1-1. So, I can't blame the Dragunov main too much here. He's a blue rank Dragunov. He probably knows the popular characters, how to play against them. A blue rank can't be expected to play against Victor. He's not gonna have a clue on these strings, and you can already tell he has no clue. So that's a back for free. Oh, nice parry. Forward for 2. That's launch punish, but again, we can't expect him to do a launch punish, but that was a sick while running too. Terrible combo. Absolutely awful combo, but that was a great while running too. So far, LTG is basically abusing garbage. It's basically people don't know the matchup. Power Crush, down for 1-1, down for 1-1. Glock, down 1-1, down 1-1. It's pretty atrocious. I'm not saying this makes him a bad player, it's just that he's constantly playing against people who don't know what his character is doing, and it reduces his gameplay to brain rot garbage. This happens not only to LTG, it happens to a lot of players who play unorthodox characters that are not popular. They only resort to doing the dumbest flowcharts because it works. But then, of course, you plateau so hard when you run into someone who knows your character. Then these guys get blown up in 5 seconds flat. They're done. It's nice seeing some sidesteps here from LTG though. And again, it's just he is just rotating down for 1-1, down 1-1. Second hit on both of those strings is high. From the top ropes, it's Dragunov. Like, get slam dunked I don't know why this Dragunov did an orbital, but I love it. Like, I love that. That's such a blue rank interaction. I love it. Drops the combo as you do. Toe kick whiffs, please launch. Dude, that's a nice sidewalk. A lot of blue ranks honestly forget sidesteps even exist, so fair play to both of them. They are using lateral movement. I like that. It's a counted throw. Now he has wall pressure against the LTG. Forward for free. Back for free. So here, this is the blue rank curse. It's a mechanic known as mid-high string. A lot of heat engagers are mid-high. A lot of key wall splats on characters are mid-high. And here you're gonna see a trade of this mechanic. Dragunov's back for free is not ducked. And then here is, I believe this is forward for one. Is not ducked. So they each trade a mid-high string. And this is just a blue rank thing, and that blue ranks don't know how to deal with mid-high strings. They don't ever duck them. So they get into this really bad habit of spamming them all the time, and when they hit Tekken King, people start ducking them, and then they get demoted back to Kishin rank. You can tell that Dragunov has zero information on Victor. Just zero. That just doesn't make any sense. This interaction makes no sense. Back 1+2 here should take your down for the 1. You know, or maybe another back 1+2. But I kind of see what he's doing here. He's like, I'm gonna do a hatchet because he's gonna stand guard. But LTG, I wouldn't understand this crouch either. But I believe LTG here doesn't understand that Dragunov gets guaranteed damage. I think LTG is flowcharting a bit here. He's just looking to crouch manually and do a while standing 1 no matter what. I think that was his plan. I don't think this was a calculated punish here. I think he just crouches while standing 1. A lot of low players love doing this. They just crouch neutral and just while standing 2 let it rip. The crouch there doesn't make any sense. No good player would have ducked there against Dragunov. Makes no sense. But still, it worked out for him. It worked out. So you gotta give him that. So again, too many down back 4s. That should have been launched, obviously. Should have been launched 100%. That was very good. That was very good. Terrible combos. Ah, nice heat engager. Wow. Wow, and yeah, the floor blast hadn't been used yet. So he wins now. How did you not rage art? Wow, should have rage arted. Some fundamentals on LTG's side. In general, very flowcharty gameplay, can't blame him. Blue rank Victor, no one knows the matchup. Flowcharts, it works, you know, at these ranks. The Dragunov was the better fundamental player, 100%. Had he known the matchup, had he done better combos, this wouldn't have been a 3-2. This would have been a 3-1 or 3-0, I think. Let's watch him win one match now. He beats this Law. Blue rank Laws are something else. The Law player might even outdo LTG in terms of flowcharts. Like flips everywhere, down to free everywhere. Down to free round start. No, he didn't. Didn't have to wait long. Oh wow, nunchuck. Oh shit, just let it rip. The entire... I'm not disappointed. So all you have to know here, if Law does any move into a flip, a single flip, or a double flip, or any move into a flip that is not his standing 4, the standing roundhouse kick, he's always -14. So you just need to know what's my character's -14, and then you just whip that out every time. And blue rank Laws have no patience. If you just let them do it, they'll uninstall themselves. You just gotta wait this stuff out, you know. You gotta be patient. So here, what LTG is doing makes no sense. Like here, you don't know if he does a second flip, but you wanna wait and take your punish. Instead, oh, you see, he stabbed right through Law's neck. But you definitely don't want to gamble a high here. you don't want to gamble with a high. Even a power crush, you don't. Because he has so many lows that launch you, like down to 3 that will go under. It's just... LTG is going to struggle with Tekken because, you know, he's a stubborn guy, he plays Tekken 8, he does his thing. With Victor, I usually do this, into this, into this, and that's the blue rank way of playing Tekken. I boot up the game, go into ranked, and then I just autopilot. I do this into this because it feels good, but you never stop to think. Why am I doing these tools? Why am I doing them right now? Is this the best answer right now, actually? In this situation, against this character, what are my character strengths and weaknesses? And how do people typically play this character I'm going up against? Low. Well, they Unga. How do I punish that Unga? What's the most typical thing they do? It takes literally 60 seconds to just look up, like, oh, that's launch punishable. When he punches me in the nutsack and then does a kick that launches, launch punishable. The flips, minus 14. And next time you go into ranked, you see a low, you'll blow him up for free. You don't even have to do anything. Hold back, just wait. Oh, there it is. Done. If you're not willing to take those 60 seconds, and you're just gonna autopilot, do whatever it is you do against all the characters in the game, you're gonna get blown up. Again, this is just so unnecessary. Like here, you don't want to attack into low. This is an 11 frame launch. You don't want to attack into this guy. You just wait for this. Nice patience though by LTG holding that guard. That's another low launcher. Again, constantly beating LTG's power crush, but LTG is just doubling down. It is gonna work. It is gonna work. It's just mistaken. Down back 4. Mistaken. Too slow. Nice expulsion. And wake up. Watch out. Nice block. Very nice block. Should be around. Woo! Got ghost and got a bit robbed on the wall there. Nice whiff punish. Very nice whiff punish. That's one of the best things about him. Just good movement and then that super long range down for 2. One of the biggest strengths on this character. That was very good. Nice! 4-4-2 on Oki. That was good. And decent enough combo. And then resets the low of it's just mashing on wake up. Good step. That was good. It's so salty. Was a good round though. Dude, this low. Nice throw break. Nice throw break by LTG. He clutched that. If he eats that throw, he loses the match. And then, of course, as soon as LTG gets momentum, this low has nothing. Did he even block a single interaction? He throws his flowcharts, but as soon as he eats pressure, I don't even remember seeing him block. It's just... Dear Lord. So here it's looking tough against a Brian. We can watch that. Brian is an overpowered character, but Brian players are always good Tekken players. At any given rank, the best fundamental players in that rank will typically be the Lee players, Steve players, Brian players, Mishima players. Sorry for glazing them, but it's typically true. I definitely expect more from this Brian than we've seen from everyone else so far. So again, we have patience, we have backdashing on this Brian. And we have side steps. Tries to confirm a down for one there. Oh, he really loves 4-4-2 on Oki. It's really worked out well so far, though, so why wouldn't he? It's this wall. Almost wall. Yeah, the wall travel is insane on Victor. Very nice. No. Knows the combo. Doesn't take his Oki there, though. I don't know why. Toe kick. Heat smash. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of damage. Dude, this Brian is super patient. Oh, you eat that! Damn. That was good. He got that in Tekken 6. That's an 18-year-old knowledge check. Core circle forward 4-1 on Brian. Very few people will eat that. Almost everyone will duck that. LTG demonstrates like zero anti-character strategy, zero character knowledge, which is very common in blue ranks. Like when you see a character like Brian, but it goes for Dragunov a little bit as well, that if you see a player but they don't know the Brian matchup or the Dragunov matchup, it sort of clues you in that this is a player who has very little knowledge in general. But we'll see, you know. We'll see what he does. Eats a soccer on wake up. Oh, wow. He eats that again. This Brian is actually throwing this out a lot because he knows people just gobble it up in these ranks. When you get hit clipped by something the first time, it's like, okay, you know, happens, knowledge check. But when it happens the second time this quickly, it's like, you know, come on now. Because he's pressing into this. He's pressing into this. That's a counter it. He pressed. Okay, nice one. Nice one. And goes for the mix there. Very patient. Now LTG actually... This is really nice on LTG. The third time doesn't press, actually checks, verifies is this duckable. Doesn't go for a punish, but that was still nice seeing that he's actually adapting here. Very nice. Needs an orbital. Oh, you... Did he press into that string? Yeah, counter it. Pressing here tells me, fuck all knowledge. Fuck all knowledge. That is actually insane. Dear Lord, LTG, dear Lord. Gets completely demolished and then just teabags and then gets punched in the face and dies. He went out the way I want to go out. So here he bodies a Kazuya player, right? We want to see matches where, you know, how familiar are you with the characters? So here maybe he'll show us some super cool anti-Kazuya, you know? We can watch this. No, wait, the Kazuya is not gonna have a clue. Kazuya is forced to block a lot. He has no clue about Victor, and he's going to eat flowcharts. That's going to happen. He's gonna get pressured by flowcharts 24/7. Now sweep. So again, common error. Kazuya's in blue ranks. They don't know how to time the mix here, so they just steel pedal instantly. It whiffs. Bagoosh. Magic 4? Okay. No punish on down for 2, but it's blue ranks. Although Kishin's, you know. Here we go. Heat engager. Down back 1 to in neutral. Okay. A bit unlucky getting the jab getting crushed there. Okay. LTG's punishment is atrocious, and his matchup knowledge is atrocious. Those two go a little bit hand in hand. But when you've played Tekken for this long, there's no curiosity or instinct to improve. It's something I always say to people I coach in blue ranks. At least try and see what's up with all of these moves. This guy's been playing Tekken for years and he's not punishing down for 2, he's not punishing anything that's minus 12. And you're like, why don't you try during the matches? You block that attack from Kazuya or Hwoarang or King, and then just jab check and see, can I punch now or can he guard? It will even say on the screen in purple, punish. And then you know, oh, I can at least get a jab. So that means I get my jab string. Just do that, check. Can I duck here? What can I do? It's just weird seeing someone play Tekken for so many years. This is arguably the most popular character, and there's just minimal punish or knowledge. I have to say, this Kazuya is leaving a lot to be desired as well. I've seen many Kazuya, Kishin Kazuyas perform much better than this guy. I'm not saying he's atrocious because it's a bit of an unfair comparison. He's going up against a Victor, and blue ranks don't know Victor. He's a character that shows up typically much later in rank. But he's leaving a lot to be desired, this Kazuya player. Okay, flash punch. Typical blue rank, doesn't quickly adapt to someone staying on the ground with a steel pedal. Instead, wobbles about a bit and then, oh, hell sweep. This is as blue rank Kazuya as it gets, I think. That was decent timing. LTG was the better player here, but yeah, the Kazuya was really lost. Now we know that LTG has very little knowledge on characters. That was down back for counter hits. That was not, you know, step left. A million down for 2s were thrown, no punish. Sidestep for 1, no punish. While standing 2, no punish. Instead, he got forward for 2 to crush jabs and down back 4 counter hits to crush, and that was it. How well does he do against Paul? This can be the final one we watch. Now we know how he plays, in my opinion. And it's... Get ready for the next there are battle. Some fundamentals there. Some of them. He's not a terrible player. LTG's defense revolves around timing and counter hit. There is zero matchup knowledge and there is zero punish. For LTG, defense is backing away a bit and then trying to get a down for 2 or a down back 4. Trying to get a counter hit. That's it in terms of defense. There's some stepping though. I like the Wesker cosplay. There's some steps though, which is nice. This isn't Paul, this is Armor King. So here, you do want to punish Demo Man. You see? This is what I'm talking about. This is LTG's defense. He'll wait a little, which is nice though. He'll be patient, wait out his opponent, and then he looks for a good opportunity for a counter hit. Down back 4 or he does power crush. This is his defensive ability, basically. But he does it pretty well, has to be said. What is the Paul doing? I am so confused. Round start, Death Fist, okay. Okay, he won me over with that, with the chair shot attempt. The steel chair. Dude, what am I watching? What am I watching? Oh, God. Yeah, this is just clown fiesta here. Nice, forward 1-2. Dude, he's... 3-2 is spammed and he's not ducking. Yeah, I think the verdict on LTG is intermediate as fuck. And that's not to say he's a terrible Tekken player. He's just intermediate. I mean, he's a blue rank player. Yeah, he's a blue rank player. I don't think we need to watch any more footage. When a game, the MMR matchmaking pairs you up with PoL players who play like this, and low players who play like that, the game is telling you you belong with these guys. I think he's been playing Tekken for many years. He displays zero matchup knowledge. You can tell by how he plays against the most popular characters in the game. What does it look like when he plays against, you know, Kuma, Zafina, Alyssa? No punish. I do like the patience though, and he's countered fishing quite a bit. But then when he goes on the aggressive, he relies on people not knowing the matchup, and he spams flowcharts mostly. Yeah, there are some nice things there. There are some fundamentals. It's not easy having good counter timing, and at times he would block a lot, demonstrate strong patience, and then step and try and reclaim his turn, which I think is nice. And on the Brian, at least, once we saw him adapt a little bit to a string. It would be so great if you did that more often. So many times here you adapted 0, and you have someone throwing the same thing 10 times in one match. If you just stopped a little bit and went, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Paid more attention, stopped autopiloting, blocked a little bit more. Once you gain that awareness, you can improve more in 1 month than you've done the last 5 years. Once you stop autopiloting and stop being so fucking emotional. And that's not an exaggeration. That is 100% accurate. So a lot of people are their own worst enemy, to be honest, when it comes to improving at stuff or improving at games. But so yeah, that's my coaching smoking for BBC, and I hope he enjoys it.